Aloha and welcome to Kokojor Corner. Well, today is a beginning of a new way for fall. And fall is a time when things changes, like the leaves outside changes, the weather changes, and people lifestyle changes. And so when we start going into the seasons, it's really a time to really see if making some of these life-changing decisions for ourselves is when is the perfect time. And the perfect time, it really comes down to when you really take the time to focus on one person but yourself. And that's why it's so great to do meditation, not only on Meditation Monday or a certain day. It's really a time to really silence yourself and really feel you. And especially during this time of the season, the call right when it hits October, the holiday season is here. And Coco Joy is already prepared with our exclusive, one of a kind, our Kokojor Hawaiian Zen Spa collection. Try it out. It's our mini size, which comes with a shampoo and a conditioner. Or if you want the collection, you can add in our Minico micro bubble brush that lasts forever. So I'm going to put the link here so you guys can go directly and get the exclusive savings right now, right before the holiday season. But getting back to what I was talking about is these things that you have to prepare yourself. It took a while for me to prepare and reignite my engine to restart Coco Jor. Yeah, I went through many different phases and changes in the last 20 years. And, it's incredible when you step back and you think about what we all achieve in our life. Whether you are an entrepreneur or whether you work a 9 to 5 job where you started and where you are today. You can be a fireman or you can be a construction worker to see how many homes or buildings that you built throughout your lifetime. And these are the time where you kind of give yourself a tap in the back because we all deserve it. We are so resilient and we show our strength in the last 2.5 years, going to 3 years. And literally October gives us that 6 months of really finding what we have been really achieved in the last 3 years and where are we going. Yes, there is, after the mass of the pandemic, there is a huge recession all over the world, as well as government, as well as some rocket man doing some missile attacks, like I mentioned, that it will happen all around us. How technology glitches are going to start to happen, and we can't blame Mercury retrograde because it just finished. There is all these things that's now everybody, because we are on such a high use of using online, like what I did. I moved all of my courses over to online. And of course, you guys can shop online at cocojor.com. But you got to make sure that the website that you're on is legit. And I did a video about that and how you can check on it. And I'll put it on the post and how you can refer back to it. Because, there is a lot out there. And because of all these changes and people are really in need, I'm sure people out in Florida, what happened to them? Can you imagine? And so all of these things that's happening throughout the world, whether you are experiencing it or not experiencing it, it's here. And it's going to continue to really grow. So we really need to protect ourselves, whether it's in the technology field, on because we use it every day, our smartphone as well as our computer, banking, you name it, it's run by something, the back end. And so really that could be the true virus that's going to really hit bigger than anything else because it controls what it is today. And so we can do so much and protect ourselves, but we have to be very keen to your surroundings. And that's why I make sure and I triple check and I double check and I do everything that's possible to protect and work with security trusted websites. And so that is really what's coming up in the next 6 months, where holiday season is the most greatest time for people to hack. So technology, we have to be really keen to where it's going at. The other thing is food supply is another thing. And I've been saying this how many times, whether you get that green onion, you can just plant it right on top by your kitchen. It doesn't mean that you need to have a garden. You can do aquaponic. You can do so many things that is out there that is really fresh and nutrition and also get you grounded from the soil up. And so these are kind of things that we can really take ourself and start to change our lifestyle, right? Because there is so many things that's out there, which is good, bad, and there's also the ugly truth to a lot of these things. And so really this is a time where a lot of switch, a lot of changes, a lot of things that you're sitting right now. There's many people out in Florida. Really think deep, where you're at, right? I mean, when Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, where is New Orleans right now? Is the same going to happen with Florida? And so once the earth rises with these kind of catastrophe, there's a lot of what? Toxin. And so really, I'm saying it to my Ohana out in Florida, please really think where you are at. And if you need to make the changes, start planning it now, because especially with election coming up in November and the change of what's going to happen, all these things that we need to take into consideration from here on after, because we saw what the support that the government gave us during the pandemic, which some of us really helped. And, you know, me talking on behalf of small businesses, as well as, when you are an independent contractor, there is a lot of things that we have to go through. The high taxes, especially out here in Hawaii, and the cost of living. And also, there's a lot of logistic things that we go through. And so we strive forward, and no matter what kind of, believe me, diversity and things that's been shooting at me, you know what? Sometimes I wonder how we can all survive through this. But when I wake up in the morning, I walk out and first thing I saw this morning was a rainbow. And it really made me appreciate and be so grateful that we made it through. It's either going to get worse or it's either going to get better. And these are the times that falls really gives us that change of season. And that's why I love spring and fall, because it's like my checklist of seeing things really, nature around us start glowing. And so that's where we really need to find that light in ourselves so we can also prepare that light of energy and path to go forward. You know, we all go through a lot of, believe me, BS crap that's endless sometimes, but don't give up. Because once you give up, guess what? You gave that over to the other side. That's winning. And that's what they want to see. So never ever give up, because you know why? You're born here to do something. What is your ikigai? What is your purpose? Because we're all going through it. And as long as we really support one another, really truly support one another, because there's just too much hate and too much divide and too much this and too much that and too much, all of a sudden there's so much critics out there, you know, saying about a lot of things. But really, the best critic right now in the next 3 to 6 months is start to go into your subconscious mind, because our consciousness always does these things unknowingly, right? Bad habits. And because of the new full moon coming up on Sunday, the 9th, start really and getting your engine started to write things to let go. So when the new moon comes in, you guys can really start getting that seed and start planting it. And it's really funny because planting a seed is not only physically, because that's what I'm doing in my garden, looking great because I finally got, guess what? Zupu! Yes. I'm so happy. I got 2 great bags and my gardening is going to be wonderful. I can feel it. And so it's the same thing what you put out to give yourself that nutritional, happy life. It's all going to start to work magically within yourself. So take that chance sometimes, because you never know what kind of door that will open up to give you light and give you more confidence and more understanding of what you want in the next literally 17 years, because a big, huge change is happening. And you know what? I want to make sure that you guys are ready and to really feel what's so important within yourself. Who cares about the noise? Who cares about all these things? You know, it really comes down to you. And maybe your surrounding will start changing. The glow of energy will start changing, and you will create that path within yourself and follow that path. Let go of the old so you can start bringing in that new energy for 2023. So you take care, and I wish you all the best on this Wellness Wednesday here at Coco's Your Corner. Aloha.